Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we're going into the new year shortly and a lot of people ask me when is the best time to book a cruise. So let's go into some of the pros and cons of when to book your cruise. First off, if the cruise is a long way out and you want to make sure that you get a good cabin in a good location and the cheapest price at this time or almost till the end of your cruise guaranteed, you want to book a cruise as soon as possible because you'll get the better choice of cabins than if you wait till the end. If you book a cabin now and the price happens to go down, you can have your travel agent or you can try yourself to call in and refare that cruise to the new price and you're good. And you only have to put the deposit down till final payment. And all the way up until final payment, you can make changes to that cruise and make changes to your cabin location if you wanted to, upgrade if you wanted to, or even just get better deals and better perks because they've been announced during other sales, like an anniversary sale or a Black Friday sale. But booking it early at least guarantees you a locked-in price that you will never go over that price. If you wait and wait and wait, who knows? Some cruises actually do go up in price because the cruise is so popular and they sell out. Check out a Christmas cruise, check out a Halloween cruise, check out a spring break cruise. The prices have gone up quite a bit normally since people originally booked it when the cruise was first announced. So recommendations always, if you really want to make sure you know where the cabin is, you get seasick or you don't want to be around loud noises, you want to be on a higher deck, whatever it is, book it as early as possible, as soon as that cruise is announced if you can, because you can always refare it and get a better price if there is one out there, and you'll never pay higher than what you already originally booked, even if the cruise has doubled by the time you book. So that's the main point of thought. However, if you're one of those people who really don't, you're not tied down to an itinerary or like a set schedule, you're maybe retired or you're free to work on a ship like myself, then you can drop it a hat. You can see a sale out there and you can leave. Well, then obviously, if you can find a cruise that's not selling very well and it's about to leave in a week and you can take that cruise, you're probably going to find some very, very good deals. For instance, on the Norwegian Encore that I just came off, the couple days before the cruise, you could get an inside cabin for 2 people for under $500 total. For 2 people. For a 7-day cruise on a brand new cruise ship. Their flagship, if you will, and anyone who prices out new cruise ships knows that first 5 or 6 months, those prices are huge sometimes to get on these cruise ships. So yeah, if you can cruise at a drop of a hat or you live near a cruise port, you can find some amazing deals waiting. Just remember, you're probably not going to have the greatest selection of cabins. For instance, that sale, the only thing they had left on the Norwegian Encore was an inside cabin. And those inside cabins can be anywhere on the ship. It could be beside the boiler room if they wanted to be. They could be in the middle of the theater for all you know. So if you don't care about that kind of stuff, then yeah, waiting to the last minute and you can go at a drop of a hat. Waiting is a really good way to save some money, especially if you happen to live near a cruise port that you can just hop on, jump on, and enjoy your cruise. It's just the way it is, right? That's it. Cruises go by supply and demand. If there's a lot of cabins left over, the price is going to drop. But if it's popular, the price is going to go up. And another tip I just want to give you quickly is some people will look and they'll say, I want to sail, say, in June. And they'll click on the button that says, when you're choosing your date, it says June. And they'll look down and it'll automatically show you the cheapest price for which of those cruises for that ship that month. So if it's sailing on nothing but 7-day cruises, it's going to say give you 4 dates, and the cheapest one will always be usually that inside cabin is the price. Now people will look at that and they'll say, okay, well I guess I have to sail on the 14th because it's cheaper than the one on the 7th, the one on the 21st, the one on the 28th. So yeah, I'll just look at that one. But look more closely. If you can go on any of those dates, don't be afraid to, if you wanted a balcony cabin, for instance, don't assume that just because the inside cabin is the cheapest, that the balcony cabin is also the cheapest. I was just looking at cruises in April on the same ship, and I could go on 2 different weeks. The interior cabin on the first week was the cheapest cabin you can get on either of those sailings, and the balcony, though, was about $400 more than the cruise sailing after. Even though the inside cabin was cheaper than the next cruise, the balcony cabin was much cheaper. So explore that out, and that's something that a travel agent can do for you if you decide to go that route. They look at those kind of things. When you tell them you can go on any of those dates, if you tell them you have to go between the 14th and this date, then it narrows down what they can do. But if you just say April, they'll check all those 4 dates for the cabin that you're looking for, and they'll suggest the date to go on. Because they'll take other factors into consideration as well, like, is it spring break happens that week? Is it, out of school? Is there a holiday that week? Is the ship arriving from another country and starting to sail in Miami, for instance? Will it be late on that first day? All kinds of things to look at. It's very daunting if you're a first-time cruiser, but don't be afraid. Just explore. Don't be afraid to search it out, check all your options, and then make your decision, because it really can save you quite a bit of money. For instance, the balcony cabin, I was looking, just saved me $800 just by going 1 week later and not assuming that that first price they showed me was the cheapest cruise that month. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.